Hello, welcome to online PWE course. I am M. Prashant in Pokaraju Rangaraju Institute of Engineering and Technology from EEE department. In this video, I will discussing about super mesh analysis and superposition theorem. So, super mesh analysis. Suppose any of the branches in the network as a current source, then it is slightly difficult to apply mesh analysis. So we go for super mesh analysis. A super mesh is constituted by two adjacent loops that have a common current source. Here current source I is the common boundary for the two mesh 1 and mesh 2. This current source creates a super mesh which is nothing but combination of mesh 1 and mesh 2. So here consider one circuit. In that circuit, current source, voltage source, 4 resistors are connected, series and parallel combination of both. So in this circuit, total 3 loops are there: loop 1, loop 2, loop 3. So first identify the loops. Next assume the loop currents. Loop 1 current is I1. Direction is taken as clockwise. Next loop 2 loop 2 current is taken as I2. Direction is taken as clockwise direction. Next loop 3 current is taken as I3. So in mesh analysis we apply KVL law. So apply KVL in loop 1, but one current source is connected between mesh 1 and mesh 2, loop 1 and loop 2. So at current source we can't write voltage value. That's the reason we apply KVL in loop 1 and loop 2 at a time. So mesh 1, loop 1 and loop 2 treated as mesh, super mesh. So apply KVL in loop 1 and loop 2. So first we know, as per KVL law, sum of voltage, source voltage is equal to sum of drop voltages. So in loop 1 and loop 2, one source is there, that is the source value is V. So sum of source voltages V is equal to sum of drop voltages. Here drop voltage is taken as, outer loop, R1 and R3, because in between current source is there, we can't write voltage value across current source. That's the reason we take an outer loop. So loop 1 and loop 2 are super mesh. So voltage across R1 is current through R1 and into R1. So current through R1 is I1, so R1 into I1, plus current through R3 is I2 minus I3, because upper current is I2, down current is I3. So our net direction is same as I2, so net current is equal to I2 minus I3. So current through R3 is I2 minus I3. Voltage value is I2 minus I3 into R3. That is equal to V. So this is the one equation. Next, apply KVL in loop 3, mesh 3. So here no voltage source is there in this loop. So only two elements are there, R3 and R4. So sum of these voltage is equal to 0, because no voltage source is there. So as per mesh KVL law, sum of source voltages. So here source voltage is equal to 0. So is equal to sum of voltage drops. So here voltage drop across R3 and voltage drop across R4. So voltage drop across R3 is current through R3 and into R3 value. So current through R3 is again upper current is I2, lower current is down current is I3. Uh, so net current is I3 minus I2 because our net current direction and I3 current both are same direction. That is the reason current through R3 is I3 minus I2. I3 minus I2. So voltage across R3 is I3 minus I2 into R3 plus voltage across R4 is R4 into I3. So is equal to 0 because no voltage sources are available in that loop. So but here three unknowns are there. Only we have two equations. We can't find the unknown quantities. So we need one more equation. So that equation is a mesh super mesh equation. So here current source I is connected between mesh 1 and mesh 2. So here mesh 1 direction is upward direction, mesh 2 direction is downward direction. So current source direction is same as mesh 1 current direction. So that's the reason current source I is equal to I1 minus I2. So total three equations are there, three unknowns are there. So computing these three equations by using any mathematical approach, calculate unknown quantities I1, I2 and I3. This is a super mesh analysis. Next, theorems, network theorems. So first theorem is superposition theorem. The superposition theorem states that in any linear network containing two or more sources, the response in any element is equal to algebraic sum of the responses caused by individual sources acting alone, while the other sources are non-operative, initially zero position. While considering the effect of individual sources, other ideal voltage sources and ideal current sources in the network are replaced by short circuit or open circuit across their terminals. Consider the circuit which contains two sources. Now let us find the current passing through 3 ohm resistor by using superposition theorem. Here consider one network, one circuit. So calculate current through 3 ohm resistor in that circuit by using superposition theorem. So here two voltage sources are there. So according to superposition theorem, one source is active, another source is inactive. So inactive source is either open source or open circuit or short circuit based on the voltage source or current source. So voltage source is considered as short circuit, current source is considered as open circuit at the time of non-active, not operating position. So first here first case 1, 20 volts voltage source is taken as active source. 5 amps current source is taken as inactive position and not operating. So that is the reason current source is taken as open circuit. Next, calculate current through 3 ohms resistor for this circuit. Case 1 for case 1, calculate the current through 3 ohm resistor by using any network reduction method. So here current through 10 ohm resistor is equal to 0 because open circuit. So current is flowing through only 5 ohms and 3 ohms. So here same current is flowing through 5 ohms and 3 ohms. So that two resistors are connected in series. So calculate the R equivalent for series circuit. R equivalent is equal to R1 plus R2, we know. First calculate the R equivalent. Next, current I is equal to V by R equivalent as per Ohm's law. So here current through I2 is equal to 20 by 5 plus 3. So R equivalent is equal to 5 plus 3. V is equal to 20. So V by R is equal to I. So calculate first case current is 2.5. Next, second case 20 ohms voltage source is inactive, 5 ohms 5 amps current source is active. So voltage source is at the time of inactive, voltage source acts as a short circuit. So here 20 volts voltage source gets short circuited, 5 ohms 5 ampere current source is active position. So here 5 ohms and 3 ohms are parallel circuits. Two resistance are connected in parallel. That equivalent resistance is in series with the 10 ohms resistor. So first calculate the R equivalent of the circuit. So 5 ohms and 3 ohms are connected in parallel, means R equivalent, the two resistor equivalent resistance is 5 into 3 by 5 plus 3. Calculate that value. That equivalent value is these two equivalent value is in series with the 10 ohms. So the equivalent value plus 10 ohms is equal to total network equivalent resistance. So calculate current through 3 ohms resistor. Apply voltage division rule. These parallel circuits, parallel according to parallel circuits, voltage division rule, current division rule, we know current through 3 ohm resistor is equal to 3 ohms resistor is equal to I total into opposite resistance. Opposite resistance means 5 ohms by sum of the resistance 5 plus 3. So current through 3 ohms resistor for second case is equal to I total. I total is 5 amperes into opposite resistance. Calculate the current through 3 ohms resistor. So opposite resistance is the 5 ohms. So 5 by 5 plus 3 is equal to 3.125. According to superposition theorem, current through 3 ohms resistor is algebraic sum of case 1 current and case 2 current. So here case 1 current and case 2 current, both the directions are same. So that's the reason here both are adding. Suppose opposite direction, subtracting. That's the reason as per superposition theorem, current through one resistor is algebraic sum of individual responses. So in case 1, current through 2 ohm resistor at the time of 20 volts source is acting, that time 2.5 amperes. At the time of 5 ampere current source 3.125 amps. So total current is equal 5.625 amperes. So this is correct or not by verifying another method by using nodal analysis. Calculate the current through 3 ohm resistor. We get 5.625 amperes. So we get same value. So same value. So this is the correct method. So this is the superposition theorem. So superposition theorem is verified. But power dissipated in the 3 ohm resistor is equal to I square into R, 2.5 whole square into 3. So that is equal to 18.75. So power dissipated in the 3 ohms resistor due to current source is I5 square into R, that is equal to 3.125 whole square into 3, that is equal to 29.29. So power P is equal to total current square into 3, that is equal to 94.92 watts. According to superposition theorem, total power is equal to algebraic sum of individual powers. So individual power is first case 18.75, second case 29.29. We get 48.04. But actual power is I total square into 3, that is equal to 94.2 watts. So both are not same. So that's the reason both are not equal. That's the reason superposition theorem is not valid for power calculation. It is only valid for current calculations. So this is a superposition.